there, friend. Thank you for watching. From the moment your alarm goes off in the morning, you exercise willpower and sheer determination. You push yourself to get out from under the comfy sheets. You talk yourself into doing your workout. You say no to the fatty cream you just love to have in your coffee. You bite your tongue to not lash out at your incompetent coworker. Fight the impulse to buy that pretty pair of shoes. You push through the work when all you feel like doing is quitting. Our lives are full of temptations and full of moments that require willpower. We have many different names for willpower, like suppressing irritation, determination, drive, self-control, but the American Psychological Association very specifically calls willpower the ability to resist short-term temptations in order to meet long-term goals. In their opinion, willpower is also defined as the capacity to override an unwanted thought, feeling, or impulse, the ability to employ a cool cognitive system of behavior rather than a hot emotional one, and a limited resource capable of being depleted. Using willpower can mean pushing yourself to do something that you may not necessarily want to do, not doing something that you may feel like doing, staying cool when inside you've got raging bitch feelings. You actually exercise more willpower in one day than you may think you do. Many people surveyed throughout the years pointed to the lack of willpower as the most significant barrier to change. So whether you want to lose weight, quit smoking, study, or work out more, willpower is a critical step to achieving those goals. But like the psychologists mentioned, willpower is a limited resource capable of being depleted. But help is here. Today I will explain more about how this works and give you some effective ideas and hacks to nurture that supply and keep it abundant, so when you do really need it, you won't have the same challenges that maybe you are facing today. So enjoy! Step number one is to increase your capacity for pressure by learning how to manage stress. When stressed, our prefrontal cortex loses its power, so we make decisions and take actions based on short-term outcomes, which is exactly the opposite of exercising willpower. I made a video that is all about managing and relieving stress, so in the interest of time today, I will just link it for you in the description box below. Make sure to watch it after this because that is a critical step, number one. Number two, visual factors are huge when it comes to willpower, and there are two techniques we should employ depending on the type of willpower we need to muster up. The first technique is to strategically place in your path the items that will help you succeed. For example, if you know working out in the morning is painful and you barely can do it, and most of the time you don't do it, but you have to, then put a chair by your bed, neatly lay your workout clothes on it, put your watch there, your hair tie, bottle of water, socks, sneakers, headphones, everything that you need at the gym, so when you wake up in the morning, that visual will help push you, plus subconsciously you will know that everything is pulled out already. All you have to do is just get up and get dressed. That is called pre-committing. If you're trying to kick smoking, prepare the night before a little bag with some carrots and other healthy, crunchy snacks. Get your gum and your patches out, whatever helps you. Put that stuff by your keys or in your bag for the next day, so at any point when temptation strikes you, you'll have what you need and not have to kill yourself with the urge. That's visual technique number one. Number two is the out of sight, out of mind principle, removing temptations. So if you need willpower to lose weight, get rid of everything that is within your line of sight that will tempt you. A recent study, for instance, found that office workers who kept their candy inside their desk drawer ate less of it than when they kept the candy on their desks in plain sight. So, out of sight, out of mind. If you are in the way of temptation, however, have a plan B in place that you prepare ahead of time. This is a helpful technique that improves self-control, and psychologists call it the implementation intention. Example, let's say that you have to go to a work lunch at a very fatty restaurant. You are on a lifestyle health improvement kick. So your implementation intention, or plan B, would be you telling yourself, okay, so when I will get asked for my order, I'll get a salad, but I'll ask for a few croutons on the side. That's just an example of something I would say because croutons is kind of what allows me to feed my bad food desire while not giving up entirely. Having a plan already in place means that you can make long-term, thought-out decisions without having to tap too deeply into your willpower. Next, I mentioned how the brain cells operating willpower are located in the prefrontal cortex, which is the area right behind our forehead. This prefrontal cortex is like a muscle. Willpower is not something that we're born with, and I've said this before. Willpower is more like a muscle. And like any muscle in your body, to handle demand, that muscle has to be trained. You have to work it out. Focusing on small goals that are accomplished on a regular basis is the best way to train that muscle and boost your willpower. And remember this, like with your body, if you overdo it, meaning if you take too big of a challenge off the bat when you're not ready yet, you will not get stronger. You'll just fatigue that muscle, and maybe that is why you may not have the success that you are necessarily hoping for. So work it out to build resistance by accomplishing a few small goals on a daily basis. Now, there have also been findings that link willpower to glucose levels. Self-restraint, like not eating junk food, not smoking, not shopping, not watching your favorite TV show until the dishes are cleaned. That restraint can reduce your blood glucose to levels that are not very optimal. The brain relies almost exclusively on glucose for energy, so when our glucose gets low, our willpower weakens. One glass of fresh orange juice, as simple as it may sound, contains natural sugar that will cause blood sugar levels to rise. You have to make sure though that the juice is organic and doesn't have added sugars and other crap nonsense. Eating frequent meals throughout the day that are rich in protein and good carbohydrates, like a turkey sandwich on whole wheat bread, for example, that also helps control the glucose. Quite frankly, a better exercise and nutrition regimen is the most ignored and undervalued path to boosting willpower, but it's so extremely effective. Yoga or an hour walk outdoors 3 times a week and a glass of fresh orange juice every day. Do that for a few weeks and watch yourself take flight. And never start a challenging task on an empty stomach. Now, your feelings affect your willpower as well. The connection between your emotions and the ability to exercise willpower may not be entirely obvious, but the link is there. And I made a video about how to be happy, and yeah, I'll publish it for you below. Next tip is to limit your time with people who get on your nerves. This is not a joke, at least at first, until you build up and you exercise your willpower, because when you use willpower, you need time to rebuild it. Willpower uses physical energy in the same way muscular effort does, even if you are just sitting down. So rather than exerting willpower simply because you're in somebody's presence, you could use that willpower towards something that is actually significant in your life long term. To successfully boost willpower, you have to understand that willpower is a mind and a body link, not just a mindset. Using willpower reduces available glucose in the body, just like muscular effort does. And willpower is limited, but it can be strengthened and trained just like our muscle power. Researchers concluded that willpower is very similar to physical strength, and muscles get stronger when exercised, right? Well, so will your willpower. The tips shared today will be a great foundation. And remember, use it or lose it, but don't overdo it. If you do deplete, oh no, you're going to deplete your willpower. Many of the ideas in this video will absolutely help back you up. I mean, let's be honest. How many times did you kill yourself at the gym only to come home and stuff a box of cookies down your throat? Adopt this mindset, follow the tips shared today, and you will absolutely notice yourself getting stronger, being more determined, and having more willpower. If you enjoyed this, or maybe you learned something new, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your network, and subscribe to my channel for more. Let me know what else you'd like to see here, and that's it. Thank you for watching. I love you for being here. May good luck and fortune follow you everywhere you go today and every day. I'll see you again very soon in a new video. Bye!